Hey everybody, Alonzo here with Gulf Coast Smoke. Today we're going to go out to the Weber kettle and we're going to cook a prime rib. So with holidays right around the corner, Christmas is a few weeks away, we wanted to show you guys how we like to make our favorite roast at our house. Now you can do chicken, you can do turkey, you can do ham. There's a lot of different roasts out there. We think this one tastes super duper good no matter how you do it. We're not going to do an au jus. We're not going to do a horseradish sauce. We're not going to do a mustard sauce, anything. We're going to concentrate on this beautiful piece of meat. We will cook some sides up with it or give you guys some ideas on what sides you can do with this moving forward. But this is going to be a simple cook. We're going to season it. We're going to put it on the Weber kettle. We're going to use our slow and sear to smoke this, and it's going to turn out extremely good. So I did already trim this up. If you guys take a look at the footage that we took, there's a lot of fat on the top of this ribeye roast, and that's okay because what we're going to do is we're going to remove it. So over here on the tail part of the ribeye, you'll also notice there's a lot of fat there. We're going to take that completely off, and you can save this fat for some burgers. We can use it with a little bit of sirloin, which is a typically very, very lean meat. This fat, you can get a nice 80-20, or if you're feeling spicy, 70-30 mixture for some great burgers. We've done that before and they turn out really, really good. So don't throw this fat away. Try and utilize every part of this meat. Just moving forward, that's something to think about. Okay, so now that we're done with the trim, I wanted to talk about how we're going to season this. Then I'm going to bring you guys in and show you the meat, and then of course a little bit of B-roll with the seasoning, and we're going to take it straight outside. So we're going to hit this with a little bit of olive oil first. After that, we're going to put a base layer of Heath Riles Everyday Rub. After that, we're going to hit it with some Malcolm Reed steak seasoning. The reason I like to put that steak seasoning on there is because it's very, very coarse and it has a lot of good ingredients that are going to make for a nice crunchy bite on the end, even though we're just smoking this bad boy. So anyway, enough talking. Come on in. Let's take a look at the meat. We'll season it up. We'll take it outside and we're going to start this. We'll check it probably every hour. We are going to baste it with a little bit of butter. That's about it. We're just going to let the smoke hit it and cook it to 120 degrees internal temperature. If you're cooking prime rib, you want it rare. That's where we're making it today. But anyway, let's start the cook. Okay, so like I said just a second ago, we are going to hit this prime rib roast with a little bit of olive oil. And we're just using this as a binder. It doesn't have to be too much. And one of the things that I failed to mention earlier is that we did use butcher's twine as well, so we can keep this nice, uniform, and round. We want this to cook nice because we want this roast to turn out as good as possible. So we did that. Let's go ahead and hit the bottom, some olive oil, make sure to get the sides. All right, that's good. Take this off so I don't get any olive oil here on my rub, but we're going to use Heath Riles Everyday Rub first, and this is going to be a nice base layer, salt, pepper, garlic, and it honestly gives off a really, really good flavor, so that's why we're going to use it today. All right, so we're outside, and if you look at the meat stick app here, we've been cooking for just over an hour. Technically, that is the time when we started the meat stick app, so it probably hasn't been that long. I'd say probably about 50 minutes. Right now, we're currently sitting at 79 degrees internal, and it's 235 degrees inside my kettle. I put the dampers on the bottom about halfway, and up top you saw me also adjust those to halfway, so that's how we're getting that consistent smoke. You can also see here that this smoke is nice and it's thin and it's blue, and that's exactly what you want. That means that we have a good fire going in there. The coals are burning well and everything is going good. So what I've got here is half a stick of butter and a teaspoon of Killer Hog's steak seasoning. There's a lot of great flavors in that. You got the Worcestershire sauce powder, you've got garlic, you've got salt, you've got pepper. So let's go ahead and put a little bit over top of this prime rib so we can get a nice little extra flavor there, and then we're just going to go ahead and put the lid back on and let this thing keep smoking until it reaches 120 internal, and then it's finally time to eat. You guys already know that's my favorite time of the day. Oh yeah, nice and red from that smoke. It looks so good so far. I love the way beef looks when it's getting smoked, that nice red color. Just simply beautiful. So let's just go ahead and baste this a little bit on all sides. So everything looks really good. Let's just go ahead and shut the lid. We want to make sure that this fire doesn't get too hot. You can see there that because of the oxygen that this is getting, it's already getting hotter. So let's go ahead and close it down. Watch for that when you're doing these types of things. You do want to be quick. Obviously, I'm talking to you guys. That's why it takes a little bit longer. But let's go ahead and shut this down. We're not going to do anything else until this reaches 120. When it reaches 120, we're going to pull it. We're going to let it rest for about 20 minutes. And then we'll slice into it, take a nice bite. This is a pretty simple cook. Even though this can be intimidating, this is a more expensive piece of meat. It's simple. You can do it on your Weber kettle or any other grill. I recommend around 250 degrees. Right now we were sitting at 235, but that's completely okay with me. As long as I'm within 25 degrees, give or take, I'm good. So anyway, let's just be patient now and wait for this thing to finish up. So you guys know what that means. It's telling me that... It's a little loud, sorry. So it is telling me that the internal on this prime rib is 120 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. We're going to get this off. We're going to let this rest for 30 minutes before we slice into it. That is very important to make sure that all the juices redistribute back into this prime rib. We want it juicy. We want it delicious. So let's be patient. We've been patient thus far. Now it's time to get this off. Let's get ready to take a bite. Okay, so about 2 hours later, this 6-pound prime rib is done. I didn't want to do a sauce or any crazy size with this because I wanted to focus on the prime rib and I wanted to show you guys how to do it. It's very simple. Don't be intimidated by the expensive cut of meat, whether it's brisket, whether it's turkey, whether it's something like this. Just keep it simple and don't overcomplicate it. That's one of the biggest things that I see, people overcomplicating barbecue. I'm not saying that it's the easiest thing ever to do. I'm just saying get those temps around 250 degrees, hold it. Doesn't matter. You can do this in the oven. You can do this on a pellet smoker. You can do this on your Weber kettle, Weber Smoky Mountain, your offset, whatever. Hold it at 250. Cook it until it's 120 internal. It's going to give you a nice, rare prime rib. Obviously, if you want to cook it longer, by all means, that's completely up to you. This smells so good. I don't want to talk anymore. Let's go ahead and get the butcher's twine off of this, and then we'll take some slices. We'll take a look at it. Obviously, it's time to eat. Is there anything else to say? I mean, look at it. It looks so good. Juice is running everywhere. I tell you what, I'm going for a piece right now. I'm going to cut out a little part of that spinalis, which is the cap of the ribeye, and I just know this is going to be next level. Looking good. Make this. Make it. Put whatever sauce you want on the side. In my honest opinion, it does not even need it. You know, I was talking to my wife just a bit ago, and we've had this so many times. One of the things is, this is a ribeye. So this roast, you literally cut it into steaks. That's where you get your ribeyes from. This is a ribeye, and it doesn't taste like a ribeye, if that makes any sense. It's just so delicious. Soaked up that pecan wood. That smoke flavor is amazing there. So soft, so amazing. I mean, just everything about it is so, so good. Get outside, try this. If you have to stay inside, use your oven, no big deal. Just do it. Just try it. Just get outside and cook. That's what we want you to do. I hope you guys have been having good holidays from Thanksgiving. Christmas is very, very soon. Whatever you guys do, stay safe out there. Have fun. Enjoy time with your family. And thank you so much for tuning into our channel. If you guys like what you see here, subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And you can hit the notification bell, and every time we put out a brand new video, you guys will be notified. I've been doing live streams lately too. Those are a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys can stop on in, say hello, hang out for a little bit. We've done some steaks. We've done some rotisserie chickens. We've done my kids in the background talking all the time. This is just what we do. Thank you so much again. As always, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one.